Hello, this is Survival-gyver, and today's video is going to be about the Gerber Armbar Cork. This is a neat little multi-tool made by Gerber, Gerbergear, not the baby company. And they make this cool little pocket tool. Its overall length, when it's fully out, fully extended, is 6.5 inches. The blade length, because there is a knife on here, see if I get this to focus, because there we go, a little bit of focus there. It's a 2.5 inch blade length. The Gerber does not specify the steel used in the blade, so I'm guessing, knowing some of the other Gerber products, this is probably an 8CR13 MOV. That's just a guess. Can't guarantee it, but that's what I think it is. So it's not quite a straight edge, it's curved, but it is a plain edge otherwise. It's got this nice big opening thumb opening there. And it's a liner lock. So that's kind of a neat little knife there. It's actually reminiscent of the other armbar I have by them, which I believe is the Scout. This is unfortunately incredibly stiff. It needs to be lubricated. It's not against it in any way, but it is really stiff. The knife is sharp too. There is a cut on my finger right there, which is from the blade, because I was fiddling with it and I didn't pay attention to the orientation of the blade and cut my hand on it. The green thing is just going to be a little bit of a pointer, because some of these are hard to open, and if you look at my fingers, I have no nails, so I struggle opening this thing up. Nothing bad about it, it just needs to be broken in. I don't use it often enough to really free it up. So we got this 2.5 inch long blade here. On the end, they call it a hammer. You can hammer with it. You push it open. It could be like a bottle cap opener or a pry bar. It's quite strong. And when the pry bar is right up against the edge on both sides, so it's nice and strong, doesn't go anywhere, doesn't flex. It makes a really nice noise. So if you're one of those people that fidget, as much as I do, I've just been doing this for like 30 minutes. And you can see it is quite hard for me to open and close it at the moment. I do have to lubricate it, but it almost reminds me like like if it was Halloween, you want to play the bad guy, well, here's the detonator, right? Boom, and there you go. But that's what it reminds me of. But it's got a really nice clicking noise to it. So I've been playing with that for a long time. On the side here, we got some, it's like a glass reinforced plastic for the edge here. You have this thing here is kind of like a 2-in-1 tool. It's the lever for the corkscrew. And I'll show you why it's a 2-in-1 tool. Okay, so here's the corkscrew. Open up your wine bottle. You can fold that out so you can make a nice good grip on it in order to be able to get that in there. And then you could pull this down, right? This is on the edge of the bottle. On the far edge, this side would be the cork. And when you pull up on it, puts the pressure down on the lever, pulling the cork up. And it works together in unison. It's really hard to show in this position. But that's kind of cool, right? So you got the cork, you got the corkscrew there and the lever. Now this is, as I said, a multifunction lever. And if you look at it, one side's a tad longer. And I'll show you why. Because there's a little blade there. It's a little sharpened section. It is for cutting foil off the top of your wine bottle, champagne bottle, anything like that. You can also use it to open up packages with. So it's a little bit longer on one side. Gives you a lot of room to be able to get around that. By the way, this is not a liner lock. This is just tension. So the rest of the tools are just tension. On the inside here is it's a scissor. Let me close the lever down. So you got a scissor in here with a little thumb stud. And I don't know if you could see how not great the scissor is. This is one of the biggest cons in this one of the biggest downsides to this tool. Mine is seriously curved. I don't know if you can see how badly the curve that is in words. It it barely cuts paper. It can, but it's not great. And it hurts the thumb. So this little piece here, the little thumb rest there, is not great. It needs to be wider or a little bit, something, because it puts a mark on your thumb. And if you listen to this, you can hear the edge of this grinding against it when you cut. The spring is actually pretty strong otherwise, but this is probably the worst scissor I've ever seen by Gerber. Yeah, so it needs some work. So I would have to probably bend this out a little bit better. If I bend it out a little bit, it'll make it, but it's not right. Sorry, I can't get that to focus well. So the scissor's not great. It's the only real downside of this tool. There's another one, you'll see it in just a moment. The scissor closes onto the inside here, and you see this little notch? It sits right in that little notch, which is nice. Now, this time I got it right, but if you look carefully, there's the edge of the blade for the scissor. So if I open this back up again, sorry, I had to pry that up off screen, but if you do not close the scissor properly and you leave a little section of it sticking out, you can still close the scissor like this and then the blade still be sticking out. And the blade is sharp. It's just not well designed on the other side. So you need to make sure absolutely that scissor is closed properly, or you have a sharp blade sticking out. There is no belt clip or pocket clip on this tool, and I don't know if they're on any of the arm bars, but there are other people have made them, like 3D printed them or got some other kind of clip to fit where those two screws are. I'm not sure how you get these out, because on the opposite side they're not really there, so I think you'd have to drill them out and tap it to put the clip on, but they should have definitely put a clip on this. But doing so, you still have a chance, whether it's in your pocket or not, getting yourself caught on that little blade there. Let me open this up again, if I can. Now, this only gets used like once a year, so it's not great in this case. Okay, I had to use the magic pause button, sorry. So let me close this up. There's there. And closing it anyway, you have to put your finger on the other side of the blade. So I'm not happy with how this is set up. So you need to get the blade past that piece there. Now, what else is in here? There's another tool down there somewhere. Let me pull the corkscrew out. Oh, which I can't do because the lever arm's in the way. Let me open those back up, just to give me room to get to this one. This is one of the good functional items on here. I need to grease this thing. So you have a really nice bottle opener / can opener. It would have been nice if they would have ground this edge a little bit this direction. Not only make it as a can opener, but like a package opener. So you could open up your cheese with your wine or whatever else. You probably could still do that. There is a little bit of a blade kind of profile there, but it's negligible. It'll pierce, that's for sure, but could have been done a little bit better. So that's the can or bottle opener side, right? So you have a knife, which is probably the best tool other than the hammer or bottle opener down there, or pry bar. It's actually quite solid. Otherwise, the rest of it's kind of goofy, and I might just open this thing up and take the scissor out. Yeah, unfortunately the scissor is kind of garbage in this case. In my opinion, I'm sure some other people have ones that work much better than mine do. It is a good fidget toy if you want to play with this end. I actually like that sound. It's a nice solid thunk noise. Other than that, a little bit of design on the back. Again, it needs a clip. It's a pocket clip. That would make this so much better. Otherwise, the stonewash look to the blade is nice. The rest of it seems to be like an aluminum. Plastic on here, on the side here is fine. It weighs 3.1 ounces. They list it having an awl. Some of the sites listed having an awl, which is probably the can opener, because it's not listed as a can opener on most places other than Gerber. They list it as an awl for some reason. So it's not a horrible tool. It needs some work. It's not perfect in its current position, but it's not horrible either. So if you, how should I say this? This would have been better considered instead of an armbar. It is on the armbar style platform. This kind of signature style of the armbar of the other ones, anyway. This is kind of like a culinary tool or picnic tool. I would have called this the Picnic Pal, or something having to do with wine, because that's really the only thing you use nowadays with a cork. I mean, I know there's other things, but the main one is wine. This would kind of be cool as a gift from, like if you visit a winery, like a gift shop at a winery, or as you're doing taste testing, if they gave you one of these, that'd be kind of cool. Because there's not many other multi-tools that have a corkscrew and a lever arm. You know, I do see some out there in some of the supermarkets, but significantly higher price than this. In the description below will be the link to where you can find us on Amazon and on Gerbergear.com. And I'll also put a link in the description for the original Gerber Armbar that I reviewed a few months ago. I think that was the Scout. They have like 8 different versions of them, and I can't remember which I have. I have to take a look. This comes in various colors. It comes in black, which is this onyx color is black. There's a gold color. There's an orange color, and I want to say there's a green. I could be wrong, but I know there's another color, or it's blue. I think there's a blue one. So if anybody needs a little bit of a picnic gift, or you know there's a wine connoisseur in your household or friend or something of that nature, this would be kind of a cool gift to pick up for them. So this again is the Gerber Armbar Cork. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave it below and I will answer them usually pretty quickly. And that's it. Thank you for watching and have a glorious day.